Hi everyone, hope you're all tickety-boo. Today we're going to be looking at the DJI RSC2 with the Canon EOS R and the 24-105 lens. Let's roll that intro. So if you've got any questions about this setup, leave them in the comments down below. And if you're interested in future ones, why don't you hit that old subscribe. Here's today's joke for you. Waiter, waiter, there's a beetle in my seat. Yes sir, that's correct. We're right out of flies, I'm afraid. Let's get into those settings. Okay, so when you are balancing a zoom lens, you should always balance it on the mid focal point. This is set as 70, it's 24-105, so we set it at 70. The reason being is then, if you're on a run and gun sort of scenario, you don't have to rebalance a gimbal, especially when the motors are as good as these. And then that way you'll get that buttery smooth, or smooth as pie, as Sam says.
And it runs smooth as pie. I don't know if that's, is that a saying? Smooth as pie? I don't want to say buttery smooth, because everybody says that. Smooth as pie is the new one.
You'll get that all set up so that you don't have to keep altering it when you're out and about in the field. Right, so let's get on to the first measurements. But before I do, what I want to show you is this little tip. So that there's no measurements on here, I'll actually show you in a minute. So unlike the RS2, which you'll see in another video, this piece here can actually alter on the RSC, but it can't on the RS2. But the only problem is there's no measurements on it. So unless you know unless you get this exactly right, then the measurements I'm about to give you won't work. So I've got a little tip for you. Is lens cap, okay? Down the side there, all right, get the old red thing outside. That gap there is the gap of the lens cap itself. Then you'll know it's set up right. So let's get on to the first set of measurements, but before we do, let's get rid of the camera. Right, spin him round so you can see him. So the first measurement we want to have a look at is this one here, okay? That there is set at, currently, on the top there, it's exactly on the 2 line, and then on here, it's just above the 6. And here's a photo of it for you. This side plate here is set on there 5.5, and on there it's set at 8. And again, here's a photo for you. Then we have these measurements. That's actually currently set on 4 and 0. So that's 4 and 0. And here's the photo. And last but not least is this one here. It's just below 0, as you can see. And on there, I would say it's exactly on the 4 mark, okay? And here's the photo for you. Right, just to show you that it's perfectly balanced. There we go. All right, nicely done. Even that way. All sorted out nicely. All right, and I have done the test on it, and this was the results. You can see they're all excellent. That was on the balance test. But you probably want to see it moving, don't you? So let's get these all set out. And where's the other one? There she is. Right, so, I've probably got the gimbal facing the wrong way around, haven't I? Oh yes, I have. Right. Now, I've done the auto tune already on here, and that's my other recommendation, is always do the auto tune. In fact, even when you haven't altered the measurements on there, do it when you start it up, because then you know that the motors are set up really nicely to get that smooth movement on it and no jitters. Okay, so does it hit the eyepiece at the back though? Which is the problem with this R on all other gimbals, wasn't it? It's miles out. So DJI have done an amazing job with this. 1, 2, 3, into that mode. 1, 2, 3, well no, 1, 2 to go back. I'll get used to it soon. Then into the old vortex mode. That's portrait mode actually. There we go. It's working fine, isn't it? So no matter how many times I keep balancing this bloody gimbal, I never cease to be amazed with how easy it is to set it all up. With the locking mechanisms on there, it makes it the superb gimbal. Or its big brother, the RS2, is even better, isn't it? But if you're interested in one of these and you want to find out a bit more about them, I did do a comparison video on it, and there'll be a link up here for you to go and watch that one so you can look at different features on it. Plus, there'll be more videos on this channel of all the different features that you can get set up on here, like the active track and things like that. Hopefully you found this one useful, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Stay safe out there everyone, have fun making stuff, keep smiling above all. Cheers and gone.